Hey, Chrissy here. I am a landscape architect and the owner of Kismet Design. I am a very process-driven designer, and I love sharing what I do and how I do it with anyone who's interested. Reaching your true potential and achieving your own personal goals will not happen by chance. You have to set your intentions, make a plan, and do the work. Thank you for joining me to nerd out on design. Don't forget to subscribe and to share too. Let's create something great together. I think that the vast majority of landscape designers are in the industry because they're passionate about it and they love what they do. It's not really a profession that you get pushed into and pigeonholed. It is, for most of us, a career that you had to seek out and work to get into. That being said, sometimes we might find ourselves asking why we are doing it or wondering if it's the right path. I myself have wondered what I would do if I wasn't doing this. An old colleague of mine and I would often joke that we could always work for Starbucks if this whole thing didn't work out. Nothing wrong with working for Starbucks, but I was a barista as a teenager, and I'm happy I've moved on. Needless to say, the alternative options were not appealing, and it made me keep working to create a career that I loved, even through times that really brought a lot of challenges. I could never truly imagine myself doing anything different. What is it that you love the most about what you do? For me, it is the creation and problem solving that really get me excited. But what I find the most joy in is the outcome, the feedback from a client that they love spending time in their garden, the photos of gardens in bloom years afterwards with sweet notes sharing their delight, or getting a Christmas card from a client with photos of their family in their space. That is why I love design. The satisfaction of seeing my ideas come to life are capstoned like icing on a cake with the enjoyment of the garden owner. I have found new passion in the last few years in working with other designers to develop their skills and businesses. And as I work to find a good balance of the two facets of my business, I find myself often torn because I want to do all of it. And frankly, there just isn't enough time in the day. In my discussion with Marty Dover for episode 41, we touched on this a little bit, but we had even more conversation off the record. Many designers have multifaceted businesses, whether it is design and construction or design and maintenance, or even two different levels of design services that they offer. I don't know what the future holds, but I have some goals, of course, and I'm excited to see how things evolve. I never plan on giving up design and focusing on teaching and speaking and the podcast. It's always going to be an accessory to the design work. But I'll be honest, lately, it is the teaching and the speaking that are what I'm really, really energized about. I am currently preparing for a trip to Washington, D.C. to speak to their local APLD chapter for their annual fall business seminar. I'm super excited to make new connections and, of course, share my passions with fellow design nerds. In preparation for this presentation, I have made some website updates, which include some new really exciting offers. I will be adding more soon. Only a couple of those items are live currently and available for purchase as we speak, but hopefully in the next coming weeks, most everything will be completed and ready to go. I have some downloadable worksheets, including the yearly planning workbook and my SiteGrades Excel template for converting elevation measurements to finished floor elevation reference point. I also have a few on-demand webinars as well as some kits that will be a great Christmas gift for fellow designers, or even something you might want to put on your own Christmas list. I know it's not even Halloween, and I should be slapped for mentioning Christmas, but I can't help it. Colleen and I were planning and brainstorming all of these exciting items we have up so far and discussing what other offers we can work on. And Colleen is the one that had the brilliant idea to fast track the kits to be available for Christmas. So exciting. Wow, I really went down the rabbit hole there. Case in point, though, I'm really excited and passionate about what I'm creating right now. Back to you, though. Take notice of what you're doing and working on that really makes you feel energized. What clients leave you with a lasting grin after meetings? Also, worth taking notice of is the tasks and projects that leave you feeling drained and stressed. This is valuable information. Even if we can take notice and make slight adjustments to increase the work that brings us joy, you will really notice a change in your energy and your enthusiasm. The last few years have been like a freight train, I think for all of us, because of the dramatic increase in demand and the challenges brought on by that demand, including supplier delays. Now that the demand has taken a shift as clients are increasingly concerned about economic outlooks, many designers find themselves in a dilemma. The decrease in workload feels great, but there's an underlying question of whether or not it should be a cause for concern. I do not have a crystal ball, but I think this is the perfect time to do some soul searching and adjust your business to be even more of what you want. I know many designers that are in the process of revamping their services and offers as well as their geographical range, all to increase the quality of their projects and decrease the stress and strain. If you don't have to offer your services to clients more than 20-30 minutes away, why would you? If you only want to work on projects that include both design and project management, maybe it's worth reframing your contract and your website to target those clients and start turning down the ones that don't fit. The more mental space we can create for ourselves, the more creative we can be. As creative people, it is an act of problem solving and expressing our creativity that fuels us. I have been working to set aside more time for passive creativity like painting and drawing. I think that's where I've found some of the newfound energy in some of my projects and some of the side projects like putting up the designer shop. I recently tried watercolor painting for the first time. Well, I'm sure I had a stab at it when I was a kid with a Crayola set of watercolors, but this is different. I know I have recommended it before, but I highly recommend to all of you to read the book Start With Why by Simon Sinek. He also wrote a follow-up book, Find Your Why. If you are not a reader, he has multiple YouTube videos of his presentations on the topic, and all of his books are available on Audible. You can find the links to this book and more on the Designer Shop through the courses page on my website. I have also started a new Instagram account for the Process Driven Designer so that I can post more juicy designer nerd things like this and information without worrying that my clients will lose interest. I'm going to keep Kismet Design Co. Instagram account a little bit more client focused and just work photos and things like that. Again, it's all in the works. There's so many things shifting right now. It's really exciting, but there's a lot going on. Check it out. And as always, please reach out to me with any thoughts, suggestions, or feedback. The insights that all of you share with me are what is driving this podcast and all of the other offerings that I'm working on. I would love to know what you are most passionate about, what things you do to help in finding your creativity, what processes work, what things you're revamping in your business. It all is really exciting. I'd love to hear about it. Please reach out. To wrap up, I want to thank you for your time. I hope the ideas discussed today have left you feeling excited and energized. As I build both my business and my life, I value the support and feedback you provide. I would love for you to reach out to me to let me know what you think, give me ideas, or just to connect. Please don't forget to subscribe and also share with a friend. Until next time, go create something wonderful.